Hi, this is Simone with Alcat Designs, and I'm going to teach you how to do the I-cords along your Confluence shawl. And what we see here is the left tributary or left wing of your shawl, which when seen from the right side has the I-cord running up along the left edge. On the wrong side, you can see how the two yarns were twisted around each other, so you end up with a nice edge and the I-cord is actually attached to your knitting. So this is what it looks like when you're done. And I'm going to show you just how we're going to twist those yarns around each other so you can do it just as nicely on your shawl. So I'm going to knit over to where this all happens. Knit 3, doing my increase, knitting over to the I-cord, which is the last 4 stitches on the right side. So here we are. You're now going to need to take these two yarns, the working yarn, your main yarn, and the I-cord yarn, and twist them around each other. And you always want to do it the same way so that you have a nice edge on the back. You're going to take the one that you just worked with, coming from here, you're going to put it over top of the other yarn. So you're pulling the other yarn from underneath. So you twisted them around each other counterclockwise, right? Bringing that one up. And since you're doing the 4 I-cord stitches, hang on, let's see if we can get focus. You're going to bring that yarn to the front, and then you're going to slip the 4 stitches at the end of the row. So your yarn's in the front, your I-cord yarn, you twisted it over the other yarn, bring it to the front, slip 4 stitches, turn around. Now you're going to knit the 4 I-cord stitches right here. And what I want to make sure is that you don't tuck a whole lot on that I-cord yarn. You don't want to make this really snug, because your I-cord is going to become so tight and have no give and no flexibility that your shawl will not be able to stretch out even the tiniest bit. So you want to make sure that you leave this kind of loose. When you're done with your 4 I-cord stitches, you bring it back to the back, bring it over top of the other yarn, and bring that yarn up in order to work. Hang on, I did it the wrong way. You bring it over top, of course, would mean that you're going over top, and you bring the other one up from the bottom. So again, they twisted around each other counterclockwise. Now this yarn, the working yarn for your main color yarn, that you want to give a little tuck. And what that is going to do is it's going to snug up that little gap that will form. So don't panic when that happens at the beginning, because it takes a few rows for it to disappear. Let me see if I can just get to the end here so I can show it to you, or if I have not enough yarn. 1 second. Just. As you can see here, if you're looking the few rows right below where you work the I-cord, you can sort of see a gap between where your main yarn is and where your I-cord is starting. At first that will be very pronounced. It's happening here, you can see. Down here it's closing up, and when you look at the shawl, once you're a few rows in, you really can't tell anymore. And I know the tendency is that you're going to yank really hard on it to make sure that this appears, but then your I-cord is going to be so tight that your entire shawl is probably going to curl into like a little crescent, not like you want, just a little bit of a crescent shape. So that is the left tributary, and please check back because I'm doing another tutorial right after this. You should see it below here. I don't know, below. On the right tributary and how we do that. Thank you so much for watching. This is Simone with Alcat Designs, and I will see you next time.